Think and Search Questions, Module 1, page 31. Once you've finished reading, you should consider what you've just read to continue to strengthen understanding and memory. A good way to do this is to answer or create questions. There are several different types of questions, and to answer them, it helps to understand what type of question you're being asked. A think and search question is one that requires you to look in two different places to find the answer. Questions asking you to compare or contrast two things are examples of think and search questions. To create a think and search question, identify important information from different sentences or paragraphs in the passage. This will be the answer to your think and search question. Next, write a question that requires the answer you identified. Let's look at this example from previous lessons. The stage is now set for the 2019 election, and the cast is looking a little more fresh-faced than usual. In fact, the current party leaders make up the youngest trio of major party leaders looking to be Prime Minister in Canada's history. Their average age is 43 years, the lowest in the history of Canada's elections by a significant amount. The previous low was in 1979, when party leaders had an average age of 48 years. Even more amazing is the fact that in only 5 of the past 42 elections has the average age of the major party leaders been less than 50 years. To create a think and search question, we need to identify important information from different sentences or paragraphs in the passage. Even though this is only one paragraph, we'll still be taking information from two different places. Two related pieces of information in this paragraph are the fact that the current party leaders, so Canada's current party leaders, are the youngest in our Canadian history. A piece of related information is the fact that the previous low was in 1979. Now that we've identified these important and related pieces of information, we have to think about how are they similar or different. This is comparing or contrasting. Comparing, we're saying, okay, what's the same about this information? Or for contrasting, we're asking, what's different? In this case, these related pieces of information say that Canada's current party leaders are the youngest in its history, and the previous youngest group of party leaders was in 1979. So, Canada's current party leaders are the youngest in history, but the previous low was in 1979. Next, we need to take this information and write a question that requires this answer we just identified. A question that would require this information would be, how do the current party leaders' ages compare to past party leaders? Our answer would be that Canada's current party leaders are the youngest in history, with the previous youngest being in 1979. By identifying these important and related pieces of information, we'll have a better understanding of these related and important pieces of information, and we'll hopefully remember it better too. Remember, a think and search question is one that requires you to look in two different places to find an answer. You'll have to identify important information from different sentences or paragraphs in the passage, and this will be the answer to your think and search question. Finally, write a question that requires the answer you identified.